Hey y'all, it's CherokeeStarfish, and we are back again this week with more Might and Magic 6, The Mandate of Heaven. So, welcome back. We are about to wrap things up with just one or two small tasks that we've got to do before we finally get to tackling the Oracle's memory crystals. We have those locations, of course, we just need to actually go and do it. And I promised that as soon as we finished our last little bit of side questing that we would do that. We have nothing else, in our way at that point. So, we leveled up last time. That's kind of where we left off. And I want to go ahead and get started by going to take care of some skill training that we need to do. Debbie, of course, needs to become a master of leather armor. And so does Tommy. He also needs to become a master of staff fighting. And I believe, I took a look just a moment ago, and I think that as of right now, that's all that we need. She technically qualifies for Dark Magic Master, and we're going to get to that, as I promised in an earlier episode, but that'll be something that we do just a little bit later. So, for now, we're going to start. And you can see here, too, that I also, I did go spell shopping, as I promised, and everyone has pretty much all of the spells that they can learn except for one or two. Like, Lucy just needs to learn the power spell from the body school, and then she'll know all of the spells she needs that she can possibly know in this game, being a paladin. Likewise, Zoltan needs Moonray, and I believe that that's it. Debbie, of course. About the only thing she needs is Implosion. Yep, that's it. Tommy needs a few more. Of course, it's Tommy. He's always lagging a little bit behind. We got to get him Turn Undead. We have to get him Shared Life, which he still doesn't have. I haven't been able to find a copy. Resurrection and Cure Insanity. Still does not have Cure Insanity after all this time. But we'll deal with that. We'll get there. For now, we're going to start by heading out to Silver Cove, and we are here to get the Master of the Staff Fighting skill. And I'm trying my best to remember without having to hunt too much where it's at, and I think it's the back door of this tavern.
Greetings.
Oh, I was so close. Actually, I can't claim to be close since I have no idea where it is now. I know it's in Silver Cove.
Greetings.
We'll look around for that a little bit.
Greetings.
Ah, here we go. I was kind of right. It was in the back of a tavern. It's just this other tavern over here on this island.
How are ya?
There we go. Yep. Ta-da! Master Staff.
Okay.
Bam. There we go. So, yeah, we need to go. And take Nikolai to the circus. That's what we need to do. We're going to take Prince Nikolai to the circus. And at this point, we're heroes of the land. We've received accolades for service to the crown and all of this kind of stuff. So surely, they'll let us go, right? Like, surely they won't be too upset. Go. I believe it's one of these doors. Here we go. First try.
Yes.
Okay.
Alright. Well, there we go. So, Leather Armor Master. No recovery penalty from armor anymore for either of them. That is great. That's really going to be a big help, especially with her spellcasting, because more powerful spells such as Incinerate, which we've been spamming a lot, they just have a really long built-in recovery penalty. Castle, gosh. Simona the Pirate, curse you. Alright, so.
Hold! Who goes?
Master Nikolai Iron Fist, Prince and heir to the throne of Enroth.
So we've not even spoken to Nikolai. This is the first time I've even clicked on his portrait, if I remember correctly, because I didn't want to accidentally activate this quest. Of course, you can ask him about Uncle Archibald. And he tells you a little bit of the story here. You know, the court mage Tanir turned him to stone. He's been locked in the library. Nobody's been in there for years. That's the suspiciously lifelike statue we saw up in the room on top of the castle. Now, this, of course... Oh, the palace is deadly dull, and everyone tells me what to do. Being royalty isn't really worth much, and no one will let me go outside the walls while father is gone. I haven't left the castle for months. Anyway, you people look pretty important. What if you help me sneak out and stay with you for a couple of days? I can't give you much in return yet, but I'll owe you a favor. Someday I'll be able to repay you. I am the prince, after all. I'll go out the secret door and meet you outside. And, of course, this changes to the circus. If you click on that, he tells you, let's go see the circus. And now we have the dreaded arrow that tells us we've got more than 2 NPCs in our party, one of whom is Nikolai Ironfist. Yes. Now, so, he wants to go and see the circus. The circus shows up in a couple of different places. It can appear in the Mire of the Damned. It can appear in Dragon's Sand. It can appear in Bootleg Bay. You remember those striped tents that we saw over in Bootleg Bay? Of course, we passed by them several times. Well, that's what they are. The circus actually moves around, and it can appear in different locations at different seasons, different times of the year. I think, if I remember correctly, that it moves once per month. I may be mistaken about that, though. It may be like every 2 or 3 months, or it might even be, like just once per season. Regardless, it moves around a little bit. We're going to head right over here to this location. We're going to start there. Now, if we can just take him and see the circus, all will be well. But what happens is, if we go to sleep, or if we do any kind of traveling that takes more than a day, where time passes as far as the game is concerned, such as those 5-day transitions between map zones, Nikolai will disappear, and he runs off to go visit the circus on his own, which is why this quest is a hassle, because then you have to go and hunt the circus down in all of its different locations until you find wherever it currently is, and speak to the circus master in order to retrieve Nikolai. And until you do that, you cannot enter Castle Ironfist because you are a criminal. Because the prince has run away, and you're blamed for it, and it's a national emergency. So let's see if they're in here. Okay, no one's here. The circus has moved. They look about as tired as I feel with this quest. No one is here. The circus has moved. Well, where else are they supposed to be? Okay, this is kind of what I was dreading. Part of the reason, because this is a known bug. So, see, the circus has moved. Okay, well, I'm not going to spend forever on this. Instead, what we're going to do is, while we've got plenty of time on our spells and things, so we are going to go to Blackshire, but for the moment, I'm just going to skip the Nikolai quest, and we will try and deal with that later. And for the moment, for the time being, we will go over here and we will visit the Temple of the Snake instead. The Temple of the Snake, which is at the center of Star Lake, I believe is what this is called. You can kind of, I guess it sort of looks like a star a little bit. Oh, I landed behind it. There we go. Alright. So, the forest of statues scattered about seems to magnify the silence on Star Island. Certainly the rumors of Medusa's living in this temple are true. And we can see our friends, that looks like one of the mages from New Sorpagal, one of the apprentice mages, and that looks like one of the archers that we fought around Freehaven and in the Frozen Highlands.
I got a bad feeling about this place.
Me too. You can hear the snake noises. Now, you may notice something odd right there. Yes, this is the only dungeon of which I'm aware where there are friendly NPCs wandering around inside. So, that's going to make it much more difficult should we need to, you know, use an area of effect attack. That's alright, because we'll just start out with some good old-fashioned melee. See, these Medusas, they can still take a lot of punishment, but they're not nearly the threat that they were when we first encountered them back in, like, the Monolith. Oh boy. Wow. Oh, goodness. That's a great question. Who would want to live here? Okay, let's see. Stone to flesh. There we go. First time we had to cast that spell. That's the first time they got us. And of course they got poor Zoltan, a trouble magnet, for status effects. Okay. Lucy. You know, we're just gonna leave that. I'm not even gonna engage. Okay, well. Here we go. I'm assuming that and I don't know if this is ever confirmed, if this is ever actually talked about. Oh yeah, there's a trap right there. I forgot to jump over it. But I don't know. I don't know if it's ever confirmed in the game. But my theory has always been that these people are like cultists or something. I think maybe it's talked about by NPCs when they discuss the Temple of the Snake, that there is a cult here that worships the Medusas or something like that. Or it could be prisoners that they've taken that can't escape because, you know, they're trapped here by the Medusas and unable to leave the temple on their own. And that makes sense because we have trouble with Medusas, so... Oh, also, special guest appearance by that guy. There is a gold dragon in the temple. We'll deal with that shortly.
Got it.
We will come back to the dragon.
Aha!
Oh boy, what a find. Yeah, now there's a bunch of treasure chests here on this first like level of the temple as you're coming inside, and all of them drop pretty crappy treasure, and I think that's because they're a bunch of gimmies. Like, they're barely trapped, you know. And they're all right in a row down this hallway. Oh, forgot to jump again. And so, I think that that's the real reason, is that they give you trash treasure to clog up your inventory, because it just doesn't, like, it's not a challenge to get that treasure. Oh no, a teleporter. Oh my gosh, I hate this dungeon. Traps everywhere. Okay. Well, let's do what we came to do. Trying to cling to the wall so that I can get through the door. Ah! See, they really... What they really want you to do is fight the dragon. So you know what? Let's do it. Let's just fight the dragon. We fought dragons before, right?
It's fixed.
There we go. We can repair our stuff. And in fact, here. There we go. We've got dragon fighting equipment. There. 150 damage. Okay, this won't be that bad. We're at about the level where, you know, I'm comfortable fighting one dragon at a time. Oh, they're immune to body magic. I forgot. But Tommy has a new attack spell. He's been using Flying Fist, but I finally got him this one, right? So let's see how resistant they are to implosion. Oh. Well, as is par for the course with Tommy, that was
Okay.
a bit of a letdown as far as unveiling a new spell goes. First time using a new attack.
It's fixed.
That's okay. Debbie will carry the party through this. Oh, not for 12 damage, she won't. I'm going to have to recast haste on her next turn, I do believe.
Fixed.
Oh, we got him on the run. Not that there's anywhere for him to go. Ta-da! Nice. And he dropped a ring. Let's see if it's any good. Whoa! AC plus 19. My goodness gracious. Well, it was a gold dragon. It better be good treasure, so... Let's see. We know we've got a couple of people who have an AC boosting ring. That's 16. I want to find the lowest level one and replace that one probably, because that way it's just a straight upgrade, and I think that's going to be this one. So what I'm actually going to do, since her AC is lower than Tommy's, I am going to... Is it this? Which one was it? Darn it. There we go. I'm going to give that ring to him to replace this one. There we go. And then she can have this shiny new scarab ring. That gives her a bonus of 3, finally bringing her AC up. So now everyone is at least 100 AC base with no spells. And that doubled his AC bonus from his ring. That's plus 8. Nice. So, you'll notice the switch over there. I'm double checking to make sure that there's not anything else. And I think, yeah, we can't open the door by ourselves. We have to push the switch to open it. We're going to let her come to us. There we go. She gets to use some of her 300 spell points. She never gets to cast a spell. But now between her amulet and her higher skill, she's actually a little bit better at spirit magic than Zoltan, so... might as well. Oh, and now we're trapped. I feel like that scene in Watchmen, you know, like, we're not trapped in here with you, you're trapped in here with us. Oh. Well, better take care of that toot sweet, because she's the only other person who can cast the spell. Oh, there we go again. Just because it's almost all Medusas in here, it's probably going to be a lot more of that. Goodness gracious. I'm just glad that, unlike being raised from the dead or some other status effects, using stone to flesh on someone and having them, you know, after they've been petrified, doesn't leave them with, like, weakness or paralysis or similar. Which is good. Oh, see? There's a guy just hanging out. So no fireballs, no dragon's breath. We just have to beat these Medusas to death with our hands. That's okay, because we found out that our gang here is good at that. It is something they do well. Okay, there we go. Now, see, as soon as they start shooting arrows, I have to move up and go back into melee because I'm not going to chance a stray arrow hitting that peasant back there, because we will almost certainly one-shot them. And here's the room that had the teleporter in it, like right up here around this corner. So we'll go this way. Oh boy. See, this would be a great place for an Inferno spell or for a Dragon's Breath. Unfortunately, peasant. So, I'm actually going to let them kind of come to us a little bit to make things easier. Phew, there are a lot of them. Goodness gracious. I'm pretty sure in mythology there was only one Medusa. It's interesting to me how Medusa was actually the name of one of the three Gorgon sisters. And somewhere along the way, Gorgon became like a separate monster, specifically here in the Might and Magic universe, because a Gorgon, much like in, I think Dungeons & Dragons does this as well, is kind of like a bull with metal hide, like armor-plated skin, and it breathes a poisonous cloud of death. Instead of killing you with its gaze attack, it kills you by breathing on you. Like a cloud of toxins. And Medusas, conversely, have become just that, Medusas, plural. Like, it's no longer an individual, it's a race, a species. And that fascinates me. Ooh. Gonna have to be really careful here. There we go. I don't want to accidentally... Sometimes, you know, just to clear out an enemy really quickly that's in front of us, I will just pound the A button in order to, like this, you know, to just cut through them. And if I had done that over there, I probably would have used an extra hit on that poor peasant. There we go. Now here's some better treasure. See, because we had to fight to get it.
Very nice.
Nice. Not bad at all.
Ah.
Hello.
And there's Emmanuel in the cage. Say, could you help me get out of here? I need to get back to my wife in Blackshire. Yes, we'll help you out. Don't worry. He's so polite about it. He's very nonchalant. You know.
Very nice.
Ooh! Ooh! Hermes! That is another relic. And now notice, too, its type is relic versus artifact. What is the difference? Relics and artifacts are fairly comparable in power, but artifacts have no downsides. They are all good. Relics come with drawbacks. So Hermes shows here, it gives you plus 100 speed, but minus 40 accuracy. So you become super fast, but in fact you're so fast that it gets difficult to control. That's kind of neat. I think R.A. Salvatore did that in one of his novels. Let's see. Okay, now we're going to go back down this other hallway. And here we go, is a lift. It's going to take us back up to the surface floor. Ta-da! And through the secret door, very much like Goblin Watch, we're going to hit the switch, and here we are, right back at the very beginning. Ta-da! Now, we are pretty done here. We're pretty done. Why do I say pretty done? Well, because there is one more thing to do here. Let's see. I said I would do this. Let's have Tommy take care of this. I'm going to go ahead. We're going to complete this quest, first of all. Let's just do that. We'll get Emmanuel back to his wife.
Hello.
Oh, thank you for bringing Emmanuel back to me. Nothing in this world means as much to me as him. Please take this 500 gold as your reward. I know it's not much, but you deserve it for bringing him back to me. That seems like a pittance, but I mean, she is Joanne Kravitz, the peasant. So 500 gold is probably an enormous amount of money for her. I mean, look at her house. And, I mean, we're heroes. We don't just do it for the cash. We find enough floor cash that I'm not worried about it. Go ahead and cast haste again. And keep that up. She's going to town portal us to New Sorpagal. And we're going to refill all of our resources here.
Can we assist you? Luck be with you.
Oop. Okay. Now, yeah, we do need to sell stuff. We're not completely full yet, so I'm going to wait until after we do this. Now, what else do we have to do here, you may ask? And that's a good question, because of course we've pretty much cleaned it out, killed all the monsters. It's not a large dungeon by any means, and it doesn't suffer quite nearly as bad as some of the other dungeons that we have seen from that WTF dungeon architecture. Which is great. So, what are we doing back here, since we seem to have explored everything? Well, there's something I really want to show you, and we may have to, we may not be able to tackle it right now. We may have to come back, but I at least want to show you. And let's see, I've got to try and remember where it is. I think... See, look. Our jewels are still yellow, right? There's something else here. This game actually has... Oh! Here we go. This game actually has a bonus boss. And I want to show him to you. If we can, we're going to take him out. But we'll see. I'm going to try and... Okay, there he is. That's all I need. I just want to be able to see. You hear that little and we've been kind of hearing that in the background throughout the whole dungeon. That's this guy. That's a clue to tell you that there's something here. When you're on this side of the dungeon through all of these hallways and stuff, you can hear him. See if he does it. See, there we go. And his name is Q. Now, I'm not sure of the origins of that name. I have not researched that, and so I could not tell you definitively why he's called Q. It makes me think of, like, James Bond's sidekick, the guy that invents all of his gadgets and things like that. I don't know if that's where it actually comes from or not. Maybe. And if you know, feel free to drop it, into the chat, or if you're watching this on the YouTube upload after I've got it on the YouTube channel, feel free to post in the comments if you know the origin story, especially if you've got a link, because I would love to know, and as I said, I've just never really researched it. So it's a mystery to me, even after all this time. So, here's what Q looks like. He has a unique model. There is no other monster in the game that looks like him. He just hits you with a club with his little belt pouch and stuff there. Now, why is he the bonus boss? Because Q basically only has, like, 2 attacks. He will either smack you with that club, which hits quite hard, or about 10% of the time or so, he'll cast Finger of Death at you and just kill a character. But also, as far as I'm aware, I think he's immune to magical damage, which means you just have to beat him to death. Why does that suck? Other than, of course, it's just faster to kill things with Incinerate and Dragon's Breath. Well, because he has something like 15 or 16,000 hit points. 47 damage. See that teeny, tiny, itty-bitty smidgen of a ghost of a sliver? 1 pixel of damage. Look at that. Let's see. Finger of Death. So, we're off to a great start. Now, and I do mean that, though, because, of course, we're pretty solid up in terms of how much physical damage we're doing. We've got haste and all of our buffs and things on, and he's caught around that corner where unless he drastically shifts position, or we do, he cannot hit us with Finger of Death, which is the only thing that matters. So, we don't need line of sight to him, because he's immune to magical damage anyway. We can't kill him with Incinerate. We can only hit him. So this goes, the bonus boss basically is going to be defeated using the very first trick, the very first strategy that we talked about all the way back in episode 1, which is this right here, where we only need to see 1 pixel in order to hit somebody. We're going to use geometry to protect ourselves from Q, and we are going to slowly, laboriously, over a very long period, beat him to death. All 16,000 of his hit points. And you can see there he does have a ranged attack as well, which is quite nasty. So, it's going to be a lot of this for a couple of minutes. Now, of course, we're marching right along, especially thanks to this haste spell. Nonetheless, we're still going to be at this for some time. So, if you need a bathroom break, if you need a sandwich, if you need to study for law school, if you need to go back and get your master's degree, now's the time. Yeah, pretty much. This is about the only way to really take him down, because he can insta-kill a character. Even if he doesn't use Finger of Death, he hits really hard. You can't use magic. Trapping him on geography and beating him up around a corner like this is pretty much the only way to take him down, even if you're ridiculously over-leveled for this point in the game. We've got him in the yellow, though. He is definitely worth it. For sure. And y'all are going to see why as soon as we take him down, because he's carrying a very important piece of treasure that we want to have. And we are at the point in the game where it's really going to make a difference, because previously it would have been nice to have. I mean, especially in, like, the Caverns of the Dragon Riders. But now that we really are fighting a lot of, you know, like, dragons and really powerful enemies, things like titans and stuff consistently, this is the perfect and most important time in the game to have the item that he's got for us, which is why we're here to take it. Okay, he's about halfway down. We're making good progress, but I have to watch and be careful too, because not only do I not want my haste spell to suddenly run out, because that's very important here. Otherwise, our damage would be drastically cut down. This is one of the only places... I've told you before, I'm not a huge fan of the haste spell, because I just don't like tracking it and having to keep up with the casting and the weakness and so forth. This is one of the only places in the game where I always use haste, because otherwise this battle drags out even more interminably. And kind of because of the way the AIs for the monsters in this game are programmed, just like with that gold dragon, when we got him down to a certain amount of hit points, he ran away. We know monsters do that. So, generally speaking, that's a good thing. We like to see that because it means the monster's almost dead, right? Well, because of Q and the way that he's statted and the powers that he has, where he spams Finger of Death and so forth, he is, as far as I can think of, or in my estimation, the only creature in the game that actually becomes significantly more dangerous very suddenly when you hit that threshold that causes him to start running away from you. Because then this strategy that we're using right here can suddenly, just very abruptly, become less effective. And now you have a much different fight on your hands, because unless he pins himself in a corner or something, then when he tries to reposition, he starts running all around the room, even though this room is designed with a bunch of corners specifically so that you can fight him exactly the way that we're doing. There's no guarantee that he's going to get stuck on one of them, or that he'll be in a position where you can hit him without him hitting you the way that we're doing right now. And so that means that if he goes all fallen from Diablo on us, you know, runs around because we've wounded him, then there's a good chance that we might wind up in a position where he can get us with that Finger of Death spell or with his ranged attacks. Whew. I'm pretty sure that he's also, and this is just a guess, I don't know this for certain, but I'm going to guess that he is immune to all status effects. So, you know, things like Debbie's chance, if she were a Master of Dagger, her chance to cause triple damage, to basically get a critical hit, that's something that procs off of her. Ooh, there he goes. Awesome. Awesome. But that normally procs off of her, and so that's not something that he can affect. Like, she is the one who spawns that effect, and it just deals increased damage. But on the other hand, like, Tommy, being a Master of the Staff, now has a chance to stun equal to his skill, so he's got a 9% chance per attack of stunning. And I don't think that he can be stunned. So, okay. So, first things first, before I even pick his body up, I'm going to save it. Why did we do this? Why did we go through all this? Other than it's cool, it's a neat little thing, it's something interesting that the developers slipped in here, and there's no indication that he exists other than the sound that he makes or anything like that. You know, you have to kind of find him on your own. He's in this random dungeon where he shouldn't be. That's all really cool stuff. You know, it's just neat video game stuff. He's like an Easter egg. But why did we really come here? I'll show you why. Because he's carrying this unique item. the Horn of Ros. A horn from the dragon Ros, or Ross, if you will, killed during the Night of Shooting Stars. This horn enables its owner to more accurately sense the wounds of his opponent. So, Ros, or Ross, whichever you prefer to call him, I don't think that it's said out loud in the game. The Night of Shooting Stars, of course, right? That's what destroyed our home in Sweetwater. That's when the demons got here. There is actually an old unreleased trailer, and I had never seen it. And in fact, one of y'all actually pointed me to it and I think shared the link. And so I only recently learned this little bit of lore. In the original reveal trailer for Might and Magic 6, when the game was still in development, that cinematic included a dragon flying across the landscape against the night sky. And when the demons arrived and the stars that they were riding on began to fall, one of them hit the dragon and killed it in an explosion. And so this horn is supposed to be from that dragon in that cinematic trailer for Might and Magic 6, which was never aired and which now is just kind of an interesting online artifact. It's something that you have to dig to find. It is on YouTube, and you can go and see it. Just search for, like Might and Magic 6 unreleased beta trailer or something along those lines, and you'll find it fairly easily. But it was never shown to us, the consumers or the players of the game, as an audience. It may or may not have been shown to fellow developers. It may have been shown to like perhaps some funders or business partners of New World Computing, perhaps. But I'm not sure how many people were ever really meant to see it outside of that group. So that's never spoken about here in the game, because a lot of things about the game were changed before the final version came out. So that is lore that's been pieced together kind of in the meta, from lore and from knowledge that has been gleaned outside of the game. So there's a little puzzle piece for you. There's a little something interesting that I hope you learned, because it was new to me. And why is this a great item to have? Well, as long as we have that in our inventory, we have a special power. And that is, when we right-click on enemies to see their status box, it will still show us like their bar that's green, yellow, or red. And so we can see a proportion of their hit points. But the horn also causes that status box to show us the exact number of their hit points, so we can see their current HP total and their maximum. That's going to be really useful against some boss monsters and against things like powerful demons, against titans and hydras and dragons and so forth that have a lot of HP, so that then we can more accurately gauge exactly how we're doing against those enemies as we fight them. Oh.
I don't know.
Man, we got hit by that. That's just... I didn't even hear a sound effect. That trap hit us so hard it knocked us deaf.
Very nice.
Town portal. Okay, good find.
Very nice.
Stone to flesh, not bad.
Oh.
Lloyd's Beacon. Man. Of course, we have plenty of money. I'm not going to regret spending money on that spell for Tommy, but... Again, it's always like, I wish I'd found that before I bought it in a store, you know. Oh, same thing. Hit us again.
Very nice.
Ooh, Mystic Wand of Implosion.
Very nice.
Wand of Death.
Very nice.
Distortion. Shrapmetal.
Oh.
Shrinking. Okay. Alright. Well, guys, that's pretty much it, right? We're going to go and we're going to fill up again, and then I'm going to sell all of our junk.
Can we assist you?
And now,
Luck be with you.
we've pretty much done all we can do, other than heading out in search of some of the memory crystals.
Don't touch the merchandise.
It's time. It is finally time. We've done what I wanted to do.
Come back.
Gotta make sure I don't accidentally sell Hermes. We've accomplished what I wanted to accomplish.
Aha!
Quite handily, I think.
Don't touch the merchandise.
And so that means that now there's nothing to do
Looking for a weapon?
except to continue the main story, which is a good feeling because from here on out, I won't say that it's going to go like really quick because each of these dungeons that we have to go through is going to be a heck of a dungeon. So it's not going to go quick. There's still plenty of game left. And one or two of these dungeons, it's entirely possible that, depending on how bad things get, they may wind up being split into 2 videos. We may not be able to get one per stream. Especially, like, tonight, we may not get through a full one. But we'll try. But we are to the point of, like, there is now only main story to do. So we've got 4 dungeons, 4 memory crystals. We've got 4 objectives that we need to accomplish, and we know where they are. It's time to get going. It's time to do it. And right here, we can now train up a level. Partly because of the quest and partly because of Q, I presume. Since it is only 1 level, we're not going to train yet, I don't think. I'm not sure that it would have enough benefit. So we'll save that. Oop. Let's pop into the general store. Haven't been in here, I don't think. Maybe ever. There we go. Just want to sell that last potion.
Thank you.
Alright, so we've got a big choice to make. We've got Memory Crystal Alpha in the Supreme Temple of Ba. We've got Memory Crystal Beta hidden in Castle Alamos, Memory Crystal Delta in Castle Darkmoor, and Memory Crystal Epsilon in Castle Kriegspire. And I think there may be a text bug with the game. I think actually when you pick them up, I think that Beta and Epsilon are switched, and that you actually get Epsilon from Alamos and Beta from Kriegspire, maybe, even though so it's either that is a bug with the quest text, or a bug with the names of the actual memory crystal items that you get from those locations. I'm not sure. This patch that I have may fix that, because I have not played with this patch before, so I can't be sure of that. We'll see when we get there. But now, we need to decide which one we're going after first, y'all. Are we going after Alpha, Beta, Delta, or Epsilon? Now, way back when we first met the Oracle and got the quest, I think somebody suggested Epsilon. Oh, you want me to choose? Well, for me, I feel like Castle Alamos is probably the most aggravating of the 4 dungeons, and you'll see why when we go there. Castle Darkmoor is famous for being like everyone's least favorite dungeon. Kriegspire is very dangerous. It's probably on the same level as Darkmoor, maybe. And then the Supreme Temple of Ba, I won't call it the easiest one, but I would say the least troublesome one, maybe? I'm not sure if even that's the right description. But I'm going to say we should go ahead and do either Darkmoor or Kriegspire probably first, simply because we have other quests there. Because we've got to get the Jeweled Egg for Emil in Kriegspire, and of course Terry Ross wants us to, or Rose, perhaps, wants us to find and destroy the Book of Liches in Castle Darkmoor. So we can kill 2 birds literally with 1 stone if we go into either of those. I feel like Castle Darkmoor is probably, like, it's got to be a video all to itself, just because I think it's going to take that long, and it might even wind up being broken into 2. We can attempt Castle Kriegspire, however. So if you leave it up to me, then I think I'm probably going to pick Kriegspire to try first. We'll see if we can get it out of the way. Okay. Well then, here we go. Oh, and I forgot. Because I loaded it. So I have to reset these beacons again. Yes, exactly. Kriegspire is shorter too. I believe that it's a smaller dungeon. Alright, hold on to your butts. Here we go after the first memory crystal. It's too tall to fly, so we have to... Whew. This is actually just a house. He talks a little bit about Agar, though. Okay, we're gonna have to get down there. Can we get in this way? That's also a house.
How are you?
Ah, they're all houses. Here we go. So, Kriegspire no longer rests between its lakes. The earth around the castle was raised to prevent the creatures inside from escaping. So, yes, after Agar's creations ran wild and they lost control of the castle, they cast a great spell that raised this volcano around the castle in order to trap everything there inside of it. So, that's the level of magic we're dealing with. You can understand why Archibald gave Agar one of the memory crystals to keep and why he gave it to him to keep here.
I got a bad feeling about this place.
Now, this is honestly adding insult to injury for realsies. Because you hear that sound, that sort of hum, that sort of high-tech, futuristic sounding kind of wah 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 wah, right? And you hear how loud it is? How close it is? Oh, it's tantalizing because that is actually the sound of the Oracle's memory crystal. And that means that it's really close. But we have to go through the entire dungeon in order to get to something that is basically right on the other side of one of these walls. I think it's either right below us or right above us. I can't remember. And we have to go through the entire dungeon to get to it. I mean, that's dungeon design. That's how it be. Sometimes. Let's get started, I guess. And I'm sure that, you know, some... I'm sure that some speedrunner somewhere, superhuman beings that they are, has discovered some kind of, you know, like some kind of trick or something to clip through and get to it quicker. But I don't know what it is, so I have to do the dungeon the normal way. At least we can use Inferno and Dragon's Breath and stuff in here. Oh, see, there we go. With the Horn of Ros, now we can see a Minotaur has 269 hit points. Now he has 217. Now he has 1. Really? Oh, there's a Minotaur Mage. They like to cast Lightning Bolt, as you can see. They are heftier boys, because look, even wounded, I mean, he's got 303 hit points right now. Come on, guys. There we go. Alright. Shoot, goodness gracious. Well, shall we go through that hallway? Or shall we go over here? I see a treasure chest over that way. That might be a dead end. Yep, I believe that it is. You'll notice a recurring glitch with the Minotaur mages as well. Oh, yes. Wonderful. Good. Where when they fall down and die, they will very briefly have blue loincloths instead of yellow before it changes to yellow. And this right here, I've never been 100% certain exactly what that's for, other than to show you that the other room is there to make you feel like that's where you need to go. Okay, well... that's blocked, so we only have one way to go. This castle is extremely claustrophobic. See the way that it's built? It's just lots of tight hallways. Lots of very small hallways, not a lot of room to turn around. Come on over here where I can hit you in melee. Ah, the Minotaurs. Another one of my little kid monster crushes, perhaps. There we go. Ah, goodness gracious. Okay. Alright, well, there's a lot of different ways to go here. What do you think? Should we head this way and head in the direction of that room over there? Or do you think that we should head up the ramp and go down into some of these chambers? So eventually, of course, we'll have to explore the entire castle, this we know. So, shall we go north, or shall we go east? We came in this door over here, so let's see. I guess technically this is left and this is right, if that helps. I'm fine with either, of course. There's a lot more choices over here, at least... like at a glance, and this is going to go back around to those stairs too, but okay, north it is. Whew. See, and immediately, oh boy, there's treasure over this way. There's a big old room over this way. Door won't budge. Okay, well that solves that. If I'm not mistaken, there are... yep, that's what I thought. There's monsters down there. This is a neat little thing. Like, you can actually... they can attack you and hit you around the ankles through those grates. Of course, you can do the same to them. They're harder to see, but it is possible. Thankfully, I think that the opening is a little too small for the mages to hit us with their lightning bolts, or for the Minotaur kings to hit us with their fingers of death. So... they got really little hands, I feel like, kind of just looking at them, like, compared to the rest of them. Just teeny tiny hands. Little baby hands. There we go. One down. Another one bites the dust. go. And now, once we get through this door, we can go up here, and of course now we can circle around and we can actually go into these rooms. Clear the treasure out. We can see one angry dude over there. One guy that we missed. It's okay, he's one of the little ones. So, short work. That's all that's really in these rooms, but there we go. Nice. Hey, another horseshoe. That's what we needed. Remember, we were looking for 2 horseshoes. That gives us exactly enough to do that. There we go. So now he's done with the staff skill, I do believe. There's another one over here. I almost forgot about it and walked past it. We'll figure out who needs to get that other one here shortly. Recast haste again. Got to keep us souped up.
Got it.
And there we go. That is his jeweled egg for Emil Lime. A bejeweled egg, though it surely has something valuable and fascinating inside. You can't figure out how to open it up to look. So I think it's like some kind of a puzzle box, maybe?
Oh. Aha. Ah.
There we go. Nice. So that quest will be soon done. Will soon be done. Ooh, this tiny little staircase. And that overlooks this room here, but doesn't really, like, you can't get out into the chamber. I'm sure that you could, probably, if you felt like jumping, but there's not really a whole lot of point, because we're going to go to that room very soon anyway, so... Oh, navigating these hallways is rough. Okay, there's a switch somewhere that we'll have to pull for that. Okay. Well, I know what that means then. Now we go this way. Again, there's a switch or a lever somewhere that we have to pull to open that up. Right after we dispose of these guys. Now, I said earlier that Kriegspire was dangerous, of course, and, you know, it's because the Minotaurs can... Ooh, nice. You know, can cast Finger of Death and can insta-kill you, and that is a threat even at our level. So, that's something that we have to be aware of, something we have to consider. We're doing pretty well, though, and what that means is it's already not quite as bad as I was worried it would be. With all the Minotaurs and things, so there's a couple of rooms coming up that I'm not looking forward to, but that makes me feel confident about our level and our equipment and the way that we built our skills up. Okay, here we go. See, this is one of those. When you go in, it just spawns Minotaurs, just loads of them. Oop. There we go. So we have to, we still have to take this place seriously. I mean, look how close Zoltan got just now. We still have to heal through this, and we still have to take this dungeon seriously. But... we're doing good. We're doing good. Okay. See? This is what I meant. Like I said, you know, we're doing well, but this is not anything to sneeze at. This place is a very real threat. These are going to be the first dungeons where we really just have to knuckle down and just fight. And you're right, yeah, Lucy's still using the dragon sword. We forgot to change back. There we go. That'll help a little bit. It's just cold damage is really the only difference, but 3 to 4 cold damage is still 3 to 4 damage you weren't dealing. Oh, perfect timing. It's Debbie's turn. There we go. Okay. This room is clear. These all kind of like interconnect, see, but each of them is full of minotaurs. The fewer of them that we can pass through and have to fight that many minotaurs again, the better. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go back and set a working dungeon beacon right here, I think is a good spot. We'll have Tommy do that. Set that over the Temple of the Snake. And let's go refresh ourselves.
Can we assist you? I'll be with you.
There we go. Alright. Let's put our haste back on. Have Tommy take us back. And now the one guy that we didn't kill is back to full health, but who cares? Alright, there are dead bodies in this one. There we go. These guys, and I love how they can still fly indoors. Like ghosts and things, you know. We can't do that, but whatever. It's alright. These guys are not nearly as much of a threat. Agar's chickens. I forgot some of these were not minotaurs. Some of the ambush rooms, you know. Okay. It's a bit of a glitch there. I think because we killed it in the air, maybe? There we go. Got it. Okay. Now, see right here in the middle, over there, all of these tight, narrow, constricting doorways. Ooh. Ooh, these are drakes. They're baby dragons. Let's see if Dragon's Breath works on them. Oh, it does! Oh, honey, honey child. Well, that was maybe the single most impressive cast in the game so far, I feel. Okay. One more of these horrible rooms. And this one is kind of a mix of everything, so... What we're gonna do is... Here we go. We're gonna run to this narrow corridor. See if we can get them to follow us, and then we'll fight them one at a time. Honestly, the Minotaur Kings are the only thing that I'm really worried about out of that group. That's such a weird noise for the Minotaurs to make. Like, I don't really know what it's supposed to be. Is it supposed to be like the hissing of breath, or... Oh yeah, they're immune to body magic. Great.
Got him there.
Boom. Okay, let's take out this little one first. There we go. Oh, now how did that hit that thing? What a waste. Oh boy. There we go. Moving right along. Okay. And you know what? There. We don't leave treasure behind. Shoo, okay. See, this is a complex dungeon. So many choices. Okay, well, now we're really into it. So where do you guys want to go next? Let's see, I think that dungeon, or that door wouldn't open yet, right? Yeah, that was a dead end. Goes there. So, we've got these little stairs up here. I think that goes to a walkway that goes around to get up there around the tops of the rooms. Looks like that door, I think, perhaps intersects. Yeah, okay. Ooh, well, you know we gotta get in that room, right? Alright, let's attack some fairly impressive thighs. That gap is not really realistic, but architecturally speaking, I'm not opposed. There we go. Let's have Lucy grab that one, because she has telekinesis also. Oh no! I was surprised by more Minotaurs. There were more Minotaurs than were advertised. Share that life around a little bit. Whew. Ooh, there's another horseshoe. Nice. Oh, you know what? That would have been a really good place for a dragon's breath, and I bunged it up. I didn't even think about it. I just ran forward. shame on me. That's alright, though. We'll slog through this. When we're in melee combat like this, I hate to waste Lucy's turn on a shared life, but she's become so much better at spirit magic than Zoltan. Oh my gosh, go down. Y'all, these guys are... they're tough. I suppose I could make a bullheaded joke, but puns are the lowest form of humor. There we go. Alright. And a nice tasty treasure chest on this side, and also our jewels are green. Wonderful. More horseshoes. I appreciate that. Well, that makes up for some of the other crappy treasure that was in there. Okay. Yeah, see, this is the part that kind of goes up to like the balcony level, I guess you'd call it. So if you, for some reason, don't have the telekinesis spell by this stage of the game, then you can come up here to get any bodies that may have spawned that you missed. And also then there's this little sort of four-way area with a switch. And let's see. Oh gosh, the architecture in here is whack. Okay. There we go. We filled in that area. Okay. Now comes the question of what did that switch do? Well, my guess is, and it is a guess because I can't quite remember. It almost looks like there's something else up there, but I think it's just because of the... Oops. Now I feel like I have to go back and check. Oh, see, I let haste wear off. Oh, no. Oh! No, you know what happened? It's because those priests put Hour of Power on us, and they're not as powerful as Debbie. So it wore off quicker than her casting would have. Rats. Okay, we'll take care of that in a moment. We need to go back and get her some spell points anyway. There we go. Okay. No, that's just it's that little bit in the floor there is what made it look like there might be something else. Okay, so now is a great time then. We will head back to New Sorpagal. And yes, that's what I was going to say is, like, I can't remember for sure, but my guess is that one of those beams, or one of the bars in that door we saw earlier was moved by that. I don't need to recast fly. What am I talking about? There we go. Alright, Tommy, take us back. So there we go. Okay. So now we've got this door over here. We've got to go back that way, I believe. I always lose track. Is that... There we go. Aha. Anything in these cages? Ooh. A most tantalizing chest, except that that's the chest we already got back at the beginning in the very first room. Let's see what's behind this door. Another set of powerful thighs. Look, I love his name is Lurch. He's got 2,000 hit points. He is kind of the sort of mini-boss. Oh, I hit S twice, and her quick spell took over. My bad. I should make her quick spell shared life, actually, because she never uses healing touch anyway. Phew. After fighting Q, Lurch seems like a walk in the park, right? Now, come on, Debbie, you gotta do more than 20 damage with Incinerate. That's more like it. That's my girl. That's our girl. Almost there, kids. Wow, now he's just got about as many hit points as a Minotaur mage at full health. Oh, there we go. Bam. Okay. Nothing else in that room. It's just a closet with Lurch in it. Oh, and there's our goal. There is our goal. See, there's where we came in. There's the crystal right there. Oh. Well, I could grab it with telekinesis. And yeah, you can also jump through here. But before I do that, see there's like a little teleport pad right there. Do want to go ahead and... I want to open this just so that we can get back out. Because see, that is the door. See right here, you have to open it from that side, but it goes right back to the very beginning. Oops. If I could jump. Okay, there we go. Let's see our reward here. Some purple liquid. Mysterious purple liquid. Who's the slowest? Zoltan. That's white liquid. Who is the unluckiest? Tommy. And Zoltan are tied, so we'll give it to Zoltan. Let's see. Blue liquid. That's personality. You know what? Let's actually give that to Lucy. Purple liquid, that's speed again. And this is going to be what? Empty, green, empty. And I think we discovered somewhere along the way... No? Okay. Well, man, Zoltan's just getting drunk. So here we go. Here we go, y'all. There it is. The first memory crystal for the Oracle. The very first one. Ta-da! Memory Crystal Epsilon. Yep, see, so I think I was... No? Okay, no, they do match. Maybe the patch fixed that. I'm going to go ahead, since now we could technically town portal out of here. Oh, there's a chest over this way. We've still got more to explore, and we don't want to miss some good treasure like this, so we're going to finish clearing out the castle.
Very nice.
Ooh, that would have been useful in the previous dungeon.
Very nice.
Nice, indeed. Now we will step on this teleporter. Okay, there we go, and it takes us right back here. So, no harm done. Alright. Let's see. Okay, we went through there. Back this way, back through this door. Shoo, wee. Okay. What have we got left? We need to go through that door there. Aw, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad that you're having a good enough time to stick around. And then let's see. Somewhere there's going to be a switch that's going to open that door over there. So we still need to go through that. So actually, we've blown through it pretty quickly, much faster than I was anticipating. In that case, let's definitely go this way because... Oh, there we go, in between. Because it's just closer. I went the wrong damn way. Here we go. I'll jump back down. Here we go. This door. And right here. That, I believe, is another teleporter, I think. Yep. Teleports us back to the beginning. And you can still hear the power platform for the memory crystal. Alright, back this way. And we'll go up here. And up here. And then this is just another one of those like little lookout cubby hole things where you can see the room down below. So presumably what these are for, and I've never used them this way, but it's so that you can run up here, and if you have spawned a bunch of those minotaurs and are having trouble fighting them, you can just kind of run up there and look down and shoot at them or throw fireballs down at them to help clear them out. Okay. Oh. Well, we know what to do about these guys, don't we, folks? Energy Drake, Flame Drake. I don't think I've ever... I'm not sure if I've properly introduced these enemies. So, yeah, there's the Flame Drake with 129 hit points. There's the Frost Drake with 162. And then the top tier, the Energy Drake, is 198. Presumably they bring lightning or lasers or something, it looks like. But it's okay because we have something like that of our own. Oh my gosh, that was so satisfying. That might be a thumbnail, folks. Maybe. That might be a thumbnail. Oh, wow. That was a good cast. Oh, what'd they break?
It's fixed.
Ironically, her sword. It's less ironic now that we've re-equipped the non-dragon slaying sword, I suppose. Yes, that's it, you foolish things. Waft into melee range. There we go. I forgot about the dragon room. How did I forget about the dragon room? Maybe it's because they're baby dragons and they're a lot less impressive than if they had been full-grown dragons. You know, I do kind of remember that. I thought I checked all three of them, but I could have missed it.
Got it.
I'll go back and look again. Because I feel like you're right. Oh, there's another resistant to stone. Well, it's kind of rude that they're giving us all of that, like, right after we did the Temple of the Snake, I feel. Well, that seems pointless. Okay. Let's see. That's back over... Oh, goodness. I've gotten lost. Where is that room? It's over here. Okay, so we've got to go back through the gate full of bars. There we go. Here we are. Oh, there we go. You're right. I swear I clicked on that. You saw me do it. Okay. Yes, Roland's journal. Let me see. Now, he actually has a canonical voice from Heroes of Might and Magic 2. Let me see if I can do it. I have hidden this letter here, hoping it will be found by someone loyal to the crown. That I am even able to write it is a miracle. My captors were too stupid to take my writing materials, and I need many more miracles to survive this predicament. All of my men were lost in the battle against the devils, leaving only Tanir, Ragnar, and myself alive. Lord Ragnar is in a bad way, and I fear he will not survive the night. Better for him, perhaps. Since we have not yet been killed, I'm guessing we are being saved for something special. Whatever it is, as long as there is life, there is hope. They will probably carry Tanir and I from this awful place to another awful place, to ransom us or torture us for information. Whatever our fate, you, my loyal subject, must work to ensure the survival of the kingdom and our world. These devils are a threat much worse than Archibald ever was, and will require the most desperate measures to defeat. Take those measures, even if it means releasing my evil brother from his tomb of stone. Above all, seek the advice of the Oracle in Freehaven. I hear my captors coming down the hall. Tell my wife and son I love them, and don't trust Solomon. He is a traitor. Good luck. Boy, don't we know it. Oh, that's how the whole game started. Alright, well, back down these steps then. And let's see. Out through here. And I don't think... no. The door won't budge, so we still have not found a way there. And... let's see, we need to get over there somehow. I can't quite remember how. I'm 100% honest. It's been a while since I've done Kriegspire, and usually this is one of those dungeons like you run through as quick as you can. There have been times when I've actually just used telekinesis to like grab the crystal, and then I let my haste spell wear off. Dread it. And then just kind of booked it. Is it? Alright. Here, let's go heal them. Let's see. Oh, good. The temple's still open. I guess that's fair enough. Yeah, like I know where I need to go. I just didn't pull the switch kind of thing. Well, there it is. Congratulations, your wish is granted. Thank you for being here. Let's see. I mean that. This way. It's got to be over. Oh! Dummy me. I walked right past the giant double doors with the huge metal skulls on them and didn't even open them. Well, this is embarrassing. That's okay. It's alright, listen, it could happen to the best of us. These things happen. Sometimes you just walk past a giant door full of skulls. Ooh. Get away! Minotaurs! Leave me alone! Take your sculpted abs and unrealistic thigh gap and get out of here. There we go. Thank you for that. I feel like she was cheering me on and agreeing with me. Yeah! The Curator of Kriegspire. Yes, what does the Curator do? I forget. Oh, there we go. For 10,000 gold, you shall be healed. No, thank you. Get lost, he says then. So yeah, you pay 10,000 gold and he restores all of your status effects and things like that. But, yeah. Yeah, that's the downside is, I believe that it takes your reputation down a notch if you do it. Kind of like getting healed by the Temple of Ba. Alright, here we go. This is the room we were trying to get into, darn it. Alright, well, let's see. Debbie's got 4 dragon breaths. There's a lot more than 4 dragons. Let's see if we can get them to group up. That's not grouping up. That's moving away from each other. Darn you. Well, there's a few of them anyway. Are they immune to body magic? No! Haha! Excellent news. Alright. Oops. Oh, his shield. Can't have that. That's all of his fire resistance. Let's see. There we go. We'll top that off with a power cure. Yes, you did. Let's see. Let's have another dragon breath. Oop, what did they break on her? Oh.
Can't help you. Fixed.
Let's see. Okay. There we go. We are the Dragon Slayers. Well, Drake Slayers, you know. I think there's few enough now that we actually can switch back to Incinerate. There we go. Boom. We ain't scared of no dragons. Right? Oh, they were not, they're not anybody's shoes. Everybody's got boots. They were actually just in her inventory. No worries. Thank you for keeping an eye out for that, though. Oh my gosh. Yes, I forgot there's a flock of horrible things. Oh, this is gonna be great. Oh my goodness gracious. Let's see. Well, hey, it's all thanks to this this great party that we have built together. Because we've given them the right skills and the right equipment, and we've done all these dungeons correctly. Together as a team, we grow stronger. Let's see, 28. That's enough for a fireball, right? Surely. Whew, okay. My goodness. Alright. Time to just run around and pick up the dragon's hoard. I'll identify all of this crap after it's in our backpack. Oh, if only you could cast that indoors. That would have made this a whole lot easier. Because the only dungeon you couldn't do that in would be the Temple of the Snake. Whew. And of course, after I've picked all of this up and cleared this top level off, we will jump down that hole, I promise. Okay, now I don't think that any of these have anything in them. I don't believe that you can interact with them. They're probably mostly supposed to represent like vents or something. Okay, Guardian of Kriegspire. For 50,000 gold, the secret will be revealed. Get lost again, he says. Well, what we're going to do is, before we reveal any secrets, we're going to reset our beacon. We're going to heal a little bit, because we still have yellow gems. There we go. We actually teleported to the bottom of the pit. Fine, that's okay. There we go. Let's see. Uh-oh, did some of them get stuck again? We had that glitch earlier where some flying corpses, specifically of like these Agar's abominations and stuff, they didn't quite make it all the way to the ground. Huh. Not sure. Well, let's see. I'll head back up here. Ah! You guys again. Come on. This is all that's left, so I'm just going to beat the crap out of them. There we go. See? And now here we go. There's that door that wouldn't budge from the other side, right? Ta-da! And that is Castle Kriegspire, y'all. We did it. We did it at long last. We recovered the first of the Oracle's memory crystals, Epsilon. So now we just have to take it back and reinstall it in the Oracle. And let's see. I saved it here. We'll see what the secret is. We have 50,000 gold, right? And right here, it just takes you to this. It just takes you to the damn switch, this hidden button that opens the way to the memory crystal. So, and that's all it is. That's why, like, if you seriously cannot find it, then that's how. Yeah, you basically just start slinging money at this and just tell me your secrets. I saw a little sliver of something over there. It almost looked like a lever. Is it? Huh. Ah! There we go. Oops. I thought I saw a switch. Okay, I guess it was just a texture glitch. It's like, oh, did I find something new? But it's okay. Okay, now, this time, because we have been up for quite a while, I think it's time to pop in here and actually sleep, because we don't want to keep casting the haste spell over and over again and forget about it and just keep going to the temple to heal until we find out that the reason that they've been weak and we've been curing them is not because of haste, but because they haven't slept in 100 years, and then we find out because they start going insane and dying.
Coming right up.
There we go, our traditional post-dungeon drink.
Enjoy your stay.
Okay, and now we're going to head over to Freehaven. Oops. Tommy? Get us up in the air, my guy. Ah, there's my favorite guitar track. There we go. Let's go and install this memory module. Okay, let's see. Which one is it? This is one of the small details that escapes me even after as many times as I have played it. I can never remember for certain which one goes where. There we go. 100,000 experience points. And the memory crystal is active. Alright, so we have completed that quest. Now notice it's still in the books. That's because we have to do all 4 of them. They're all different, like, segments of the same quest, basically. And we can't forget our friend Emmanuel.
Greetings.
Over here in Kriegspire either. We need to find his house again. We've got to return his egg-shaped puzzle box.
Hi, how are you?
Where is he?
Hello, how are you?
I think it's this one.
Hello, how
Yes,
are you?
here we go. Okay. Thank you for returning this egg to me. It's the most precious thing I have. Must be for 5,000 gold. Wonder what's in there. Well, alright, so, we've got a bunch of free skill points, which we will apply after we level up, because thanks to that 100,000 XP, look at that, we just need 275 more experience to train to level 60. Guys, let's see, we're gonna do this. Yeah, I mean, of course it's gonna be the last house that I click on, because otherwise, why would I still be clicking, right? I think George Carlin said that once, you know, it's an expression that he hated, was, it was in the last place I looked. Well, I hope so. It's like, did you find your wallet? Yeah, but I'm still looking for it, just in case we're living in a parallel universe or something. Alright, we're going to put our buffs on, because we're going to need those, you know, when we come back next time anyway. This way they'll already be on. And we're going to go kill a couple more Minotaurs to make ourselves a round even 60. There we go. And over this way. And now, that's a big step, you guys. We are 1/4 of the way towards restoring the Oracle. And since we're outside, we get to play a little bit. Starburst is basically like a more powerful version of Meteor Shower, except it deals air damage, of course. So, it's like the Uber version of Sparks. Basically, right? There we go. Now, does that get us to... we need a little bit more. That's okay. That's alright. Because you know what? There's plenty of these guys. And we've got plenty of MP.
Yeah!
Right?
Okay.
Now see, this is what power feels like.
Yeah!
We might as well pick up the bodies too. So, I think that that's probably going to do it for this episode. I'm going to make sure that we get to level 60. Just because that's a nice round even number. And that's a great place to start our next adventure. And when we come back next time, we are going to pick another memory crystal to go after. And I want you guys to decide. So, we still have Castle Darkmoor, we have Castle Alamos, and we have the Supreme Temple of Ba. So, y'all let me know here in the chat now, or tweet at me. My Twitter, of course, is linked below. Once I upload this on YouTube, go to my YouTube channel and go to this page, and you can leave your suggestions in the comments below. You can also go to my Facebook page, or I have a Pillow Fort if you've got Pillow Fort and you're on there. So, all of my social media is linked to each other. Whichever one you go to, you'll find links to everything else. So, take a look, and, you know, give me a like, subscribe if you enjoyed this, tell your friends, you know, thank you to new followers who joined us today, I really appreciate that. And I will see you back here next week, Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Once again, that is like Miami and New York time. And we will play some more Might and Magic 6, The Mandate of Heaven, at which time we will go after the second of the Oracle's memory crystals, and we'll see which one that turns out to be. I'm eager to find out, just like I hope that you guys are. I hope that I see you back here again next week. It is always a blast when you're around, and I appreciate you showing up. I'm glad that you have fun, and I want to thank you, as always, for playing.